My favorite thing about Chosen Family is the incest. I do want to add this tiny note to the end of your story of all your lessons learned, and I'm sure you've figured this one out as well. The most authentically dominant thing that you can do to a submissive is tell them no. So hi, I'm Vonka. I have been doing sex work for a very long time. So a lot of you who might recognize me or I recognize you know me through the New York City burlesque scene, but I was pro-doming before I had any business doing so. I have dabbled in pretty much every kind of sex work that you can think of and some that you may not be able to think of. And I need to tell you about some that you might not normally think of all by yourself. So my main hustle these past however many years has been custom videos. And so I'm going to give you a little backstory to kind of paint you a picture of what that is and how that works. Right? So essentially, people, but let's be honest, almost exclusively men, write down, they send me maybe an email saying, hey, do you do customs? I say, yes, I do customs. Maybe there's a brief back and forth, and I say, send me a script, and I'll send you a quote. And then they write down their deepest, darkest, most interpersonal fantasies and send them to me. And I read them, and I laugh. And seriously, I really appreciate the fact that so many people are sharing these secrets with me that people who are absolutely closest to them and their friends and family don't know about them, these really core identity things about their sexuality, and they share it with me, and that is sacred, and I cherish that, and that is what enables me to do this hilarious and unhinged job that I love so much. So I truly appreciate it. That said, it is not possible to read these things and not laugh. At least some of the time, right? And then there's a huge range. So I have read so many scripts now. So many scripts. My father used to tell me, you don't know how men think. And I say, no, I've read their scripts. You know how a few men think. I have read a lot of scripts. So I have read all kinds, right? So essentially they write to me and they give me a script. And then I read it and I kind of assess, okay, this is how many people we would need to make this happen. Do we need a camera person? Can we do this on a tripod? Do we need props? Do we need costumes? How much time is this gonna take? How do I film this? How many cuts do we need? Are there multiple scenes and costume changes? How long is it gonna take to do this? And how much money will it take for it to be worth it for us to make their fantasy come alive? And I give them a quote. I say, it's this much money. And then if they send the money, we do the thing. And so I have done so many absurd things. So many. And I've read so many scripts, right? So a lot of them are pretty straightforward. They might just be a paragraph or a few bullet points of like, this is roughly what I want, this is roughly the plot line or the people and whatnot that I want. And I've read so many scripts, I understand how to look for things and know, okay, this phrase seems pretty important to him, right? This angle is pretty important to him based on the way it's described. I know when a script went through Google Translate because English is not their first language. And I know I am fluent in reading scripts that were typed with one hand. And the key giveaway is it's so obvious, especially when the scripts get elaborate, right? Because some of these guys think that they're novelists. So it'll be like, the script will start like, it was a dark and stormy night, and Vonka's nipples puckered slightly as the lightning struck through the window pane. And then as time goes on, the typos increase. Oh, yeah. And when you get to the really juicy stuff, it's just run on unintelligible sentences. It is my job in the studio with the people I work with the most regularly. I do the dramatic script readings before we begin to get us all on the same page. What's happening, right? So I have done so many unhinged things. If you saw that Euphoria episode recently with a little intro there about doing custom videos through OnlyFans, like that's just a glimpse of what we do. But I do a whole lot of giantess if you're familiar, so like green screens, giant ladies, tiny people. A lot of people watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and had big feelings about it. Okay? So I do a lot of fantasy wrestling, right? Like maybe we're oiled up, maybe we're whatever. I do porn, so I do sex things, so maybe it's more standard sexual things. But sometimes we're just dressed as superheroines. Sometimes I'm a dying robot. Sometimes I've been a nun a lot, but I have been a gang banging futa nun twice. Two totally separate videos, different people, different custom clients, everything. So I've been a teen 1 minute, and then like the next video I'm a MILF. You know, we're just all over the place here. And we do things that include special effects, right? So I also do a lot of ENF. ENF stands for Embarrassed Naked Female, which basically means the fetish is there's a woman and she doesn't know she's gonna be naked. And then for some reason, she becomes naked and now she's embarrassed about it. And that reason can be anything. So I have had my clothes abducted by aliens.
Their clothes?
I have had my clothes stolen by ghosts. I have had a whole scene. I was behind the camera for this one. I wasn't actually the one in it. Where the clothes we did practical effects. Sometimes we'll do green screens. We'll do all kinds of things. I've worn a green Zentai suit to make stuff float around. But we made the clothes like we just hand puppetry with angles. The clothes came alive like in Toy Story and planned a rebellion together.
Oh my God.
And then decided to they kidnapped a girl into the closet, and we have this whole struggle scene, and then she comes out and she's dressed ridiculously, and it like marches her out to a coffee shop, and then they run away, and then she's naked in the coffee shop, right? So that just gives you just a starter taster of what kind of stuff I have done. So I have a question that I get asked all the time. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done? What's the weirdest thing you've ever heard? What's the strangest fetish you've ever heard? And weird is so subjective. It's so hard to say what is the weirdest, what's weird to you, right? So I have two different stories. I don't think I have enough time today to tell you both of them, but I'm going to let you choose. Mm-hmm. Would you rather hear about the most unhinged custom script I have ever received, which I did not perform? I did consider it. I planned out. I was like, this is how we could send it to an editor and do all of these like absolutely ridiculous things. I laughed until I cried while I was reading it. I sent him a quote. We had some back and forth. He never paid me, so I don't care about telling you all about his script with his whole name in it. And it's just so funny. But we did not do that thing. Or, so the most unhinged script I've ever received. Or, the custom that I think back to it and it still baffles me. Because the thing is, most of these fetishes, no matter what it is, whether it's feet or piss or whatever it is, whether I'm into it or not into it, it boils down to, like, I understand what the thing is that is doing it for the person who ordered the clip, right? Because I get that, okay, it's usually about one of just a few things. Either it's about intimacy somehow, it's about a power struggle, a power and control imbalance somehow, or it's taboo. I like it because I'm not supposed to like it. It's hot because we're not supposed to be doing it. And usually with any one of those things, their radioactive spider bite into that fetish happened in some experience in their formative years. But usually falls into those categories. But there's one particular video. Because I'm a very open-minded person, and I don't kink shame, but I do kink wonder why. And this one video, I forever kink wonder why. So do you want to hear about the most unhinged script I've ever received, or the most confusing clip I've ever performed in?
Confusing.
Confusing? Did I get that?
That sounds pretty unanimous.
All right, okay.
Up here.
The confusing habit. All right, so I don't need this. I'm good. Just pulling me down. Okay. So So this person, this client, contacted a different producer that I work for, so I don't have his information myself to ask him. So maybe he'll see this. Maybe he'll see the video one day and he can tell me. So he really liked my friend Angelica. He actually ordered several videos with her. But the first one he ordered had the two of us. And so Angelica is sitting on a bed. We're fully clothed, mind you. We're wearing like leggings and a crop top, tank top, whatever. And she's sitting on a bed, and I walk in and we're roommates. So I walk in carrying 4 hoodies. It's very important. 4 hoodies. And I come up to her and I say, hey, Angelica, I have this idea and I just want to try something. And she goes, okay, without asking any questions. And then I have her put on the first hoodie, but backwards. That's very important. So the hoodie goes on backwards. So now when the hood comes up, it comes up over her face and covers her face, right? And then we put on the second hoodie. And then we put that one on regular. So the regular one now comes up from the back. So now it looks like she's wearing one hoodie with just a solid cloth mask underneath it. And then I sit back, look at her, and quote unquote admire her work. And I say, now my turn. And then I take the third hoodie, and you might be able to guess it, I put it on backwards. So now the hood comes up over my face. And now I struggle, because neither of us can see, because hoods are covering both of our faces, I struggle to put that fourth hoodie on top of that hoodie, but regular, so it'll come up over the back. This order is all very important. And so now both of us look like we're wearing one big hoodie, but with a face covering underneath it. But we absolutely had to see the process of these hoodies going on. And then we just gently nuzzle our faces together through the hoodies. We don't kind of like we're making out, but not like an intense making out. And we're not moaning, we're not dirty talking. We're just a little nuzzling. And then, when the time is up on how long we were making the video, the camera person gives us both a physical tap so we can sync up and we know what to do at the same time. So when we get the tap from the camera person, we both go from nuzzling our faces to turning directly to the camera and just pulling the hood down and staring. And that's where the video ends. And that's it. We don't take off any clothes. We don't masturbate. We don't grab each other's titties. We don't dirty talk. Nothing. Just hoodie time. And I wondered, right? Like, are we doing this wrong? Like, does he want more? But he was too afraid to put in the description, like what else he wants to happen here. But no, he loved it. He loved it, and he loved Angelica so much that he ordered another one with just her, but still 4 hoodies. And I filmed that one. I was behind the camera while she put on the first hoodie backwards, second hoodie forwards, third hoodie backwards, fourth hoodie forwards. And at the end, she doesn't masturbate, she doesn't dance. She just stares at the camera and pulls down one hood and then pulls down the other hood. And that's it. And I just want to know, right? Like, dude, what happened to you? Like, why is, like, some of these scripts get very specific. That is so specific. What happened to you? Like, and I'm like, it must, okay, intimacy, power exchange, taboo. I mean, I could do that in the mall, you know? Like, I could do that in a parking lot. Like, but, so what is it? Like, the only thing I can imagine is, I don't know, was he a kid and he put his hoodie on backwards once and like the hot babysitter he had a crush on laughed at him, and he popped his first boner ever, and it was like a core memory, like he imprinted on it like a duckling. Like, I don't know. What was it? What was it? So, I don't know his name, but if this is the video, this is the camera, that's filming everything. If this video goes online, I don't know your name. I've been referring to you as Hoodie Guy for the past like 6 years.
Oh my god.
Please, if you see this, tell me, what happened? I just want to know. I just want to know. I just keep wondering why. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you very much.